Cannabis was just young, drive, startups, just something new and something, just an industry that like really was shaping, and it was nice to be part of this process. There's such a big variety of things to do and also so many different clients with so many different business ideas. There are so many young companies and startups that have so much drive and ideas. There's always a little bit of chaos, but I mean, everybody's in the cannabis market knows it. It's just a new market. Advertising in Germany is so restricted for cannabis. The line between information and advertising is so thin. They're so afraid of doing something wrong that there's too little information that is needed to really be an informed consumer. Hi, I'm Larissa. I'm a cannabis lawyer, a regulatory lawyer at an international law firm based here in Berlin. And I advise my clients on all aspects of cannabis regulatory law. So I'm also the co-head of our cannabis group here in Germany. So whenever clients need something to juggle the regulatory jungle in Germany, this is where I assist, this is where I help. I'm a lawyer since almost 6 years, and I would say in my first year I had the first medical cannabis clients, but it was more like it was long before legalization in Germany, but medical cannabis was already legal. So I had some clients from Israel, from Canada, and I was like, this is interesting, this is a nice niche, and it wasn't like a big field in my law firm yet. So I thought maybe that's my niche. And yeah, now since legalization, of course, in Germany, since April last year, there's a lot of new clients, there's a lot of new business, there's a lot of new drive in the market, and yes, it's exciting times. I mean, the thing is like, because I started from the medical cannabis side, so I did life science law before, and most of the things that you do there, like pharmaceutical law, health advertising law, and all of that stuff, it also applies to medical cannabis. It's a pharmaceutical like other pharmaceuticals as well, so I could already use all the knowledge that I had. But it was a new, let's say, different industry than traditional pharma. Like I would say traditional pharma is maybe more a lot of white old men, and cannabis was just young, drive, startups, just something new and something, just an industry that like really was shaping, and it was nice to be part of this process. So yeah, it's just a very exciting time and be part of this. I think there are very little of typical days. I mean, it also really depends on what field you do as a lawyer, or in what kind of like setup you are, whether you're in a big firm or a small firm. But my typical day, I would say I do more consulting, but that's also because I'm in the regulatory field. I don't do that much litigation. I'm not that often as court. If I disappoint you, it's not like Suits. I don't walk in there in my high heels and save the world every day. It's a lot of consulting, and like my day, I would say it's a lot of many phone calls, but also many nice in-person meetings with clients here in Berlin. Yeah, I have so much more I was a cannabis user before, but I would say like a recreational user, but now I have so much more knowledge and wisdom about terpenes and all of that, and I have so much respect about plant medicine, about the plant itself, like how many different strains you have, like so much. There's so much knowledge and there's so much to explore, and also the effects. It's incredible, like the use of cannabis in medicine or CBD, like THC, CBD. If you learn about all of that, like this plant has so much to offer, and it's just incredible, like incredible. I would say one challenge in the beginning was convincing a traditional law firm that this is going to be my business case, that cannabis, because it's not like a typical thing that big law firms do, and building my own niche. But now I get a lot of support. I also have my own cannabis podcast, so yeah, I get a lot of. They really let me do my thing. And biggest challenge, I would say, in the market is just, I don't know, it's 1 year after legalization, the market still has to find itself. And I would say the regulatory system is so different from state to state in Germany that it's really hard sometimes to advise businesses, like because one state is much stricter, let's say Bavaria, than other states in certain regards. And also in the medical market, maybe some players overstretching legal boundaries a bit, so it's still a market that has to find itself, but that's also an exciting time. That there's such a big variety of things to do, and also so many different clients with so many different business ideas. That's what I really love. And that's also what I really love in the cannabis scene, that there are so many young companies and startups that have so much drive and ideas. And I really enjoy that. I really really enjoy working with them. There's always a little bit of chaos, but I mean, everybody's in the cannabis market knows it. It's just a new market. It's actually about cannabis law. So it's also a bit nerdy because it's legal, but I just found after legalization, like there's so much demand for legal opinion on the new law, but not everybody can afford a lawyer. So, but most of the format where you get information is in articles, so written. But there wasn't really a format that I'm a big podcast fan. I just get all my information when I clean my apartment or whatever. I just get it all in my headphones. So I thought, well, there's not a format like that yet where you can easily get information. But I also thought, okay, if I just talk about regulatory law in Germany, nobody will listen to it because it's a bit boring. So I always invite a guest from the industry. So I have CEOs from, companies here in Germany, or I also had a guest from the US telling me what we can learn from the US market. So I always have a guest, so it's an interactive conversation like we're doing right now. I always have like one topic where I explain a little bit the legal framework, and then I get some insights from the industry. I do the podcast for my law firm, so that's nice. It's not something I have to do on top, so it's a podcast that I do during my work time, so that's nice. I don't do it on top, that would be a bit much. I live in Berlin. I love music. I love art, so I have a 4 days week, so I have the Monday off because in Berlin it's wise to have the Monday off after the weekend. And I really love music. I go dancing a lot. I always say it's good to have a good work-life balance. Many things. I would say some regulatory changes. For example, we really need model projects, like we need a supply chain for recreational cannabis. Like we have a big shift of recreational users going to the medical market, and now politics is shooting against that. But if you shoot against that, you need to open you can't send the people back to the illicit market. So I would really ask policy to do a move in that regard, finally approve model projects. I think what we should talk about more in cannabis, educate people more about the use of cannabis, because it is a very powerful plant, but it's so hard. Like advertising in Germany is so restricted for cannabis, and the line between information and advertising is so thin that a lot of companies they're so afraid of doing something wrong that there's too little information that is needed to really be an informed consumer. So I would love to really open the discourse. That's also something I also want to do with a podcast, like provide information and just open the discussion openly about cannabis, and people talk more about that.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.